It's not over until I win. You heard me right. Yeah. Fam, what's up? We are back on the Entrepreneur Mindset series. I know that hook was a little bit aggressive. It's not over until I win. You heard that right. But it's so true. Let's talk about adversity, right? One of the biggest things when it comes to entrepreneur mindset and the path that we take, that we choose to take as entrepreneurs, right? When we're taking on challenges, we're taking on adversity intentionally, and we're trying to build and create this beautiful life of the vision that we're crafting in our heads. We get hit with adversity. Now, one thing that I see happening is there's a lot of fallout in the path towards success, right? So people start walking in the direction of entrepreneurship. They start taking some action. They start taking, calculated risks, right? And then you get to a point where sometimes, things get a little heavy, things get a little daunting, and people just throw in the towel and give up. I mean, I see that happen all the time. Hell, it's crazy, the statistics. During the first year of business, about 18% of businesses fail, right? It means that 18% of entrepreneurs quit. Within the first 5 years, you're talking 50% fail rate in businesses from startups, right? Within the first 10 years, 65% fail. All right, so it goes to show, right? It's not just the business, it's the actual entrepreneur spirit that's dying along with it. One thing that it's important to understand as we're going through that entrepreneur curve and trying to build that tenacity of that mindset, trying to get through the valleys, right, of success, is to understand that we are gonna get hit with adversity, right? Now, what do we do about it? What kind of attitude do we take? And really, bank on as we're going through this process, right? As we're going through this growth experience called entrepreneur, this place that's going to challenge us, every single turn. And it's going to demand a better version of ourselves, right? Every single day in and out, especially if you're bringing on a team and you're hiring people and you're empowering your team to perform, you have to level up to that leader that they are going to need, right? So the phrase, it's not over until I win, I think it's one that really resonates with that entrepreneurial spirit, right? And I'm not saying that from a standpoint of ego or narcissism, right? It's not about control. It's not about, I'm gonna win because I'm gonna win, and then bashing through walls with your forehead and that type of thing. It's really coming from a space of creation, right? As entrepreneurs, we have the ability to create. We have the ability to plant new beginnings per se, right? And if you wire your mindset to the idea that you're not gonna quit, you have absolutely no quit in you. You're not gonna give up until you reach that point that's visualized, that inside your heart that you can get to, right? That you can build up that type of life that you're aiming at. And there's no quit in you. There's no giving up. There's no, falling off the wagon. No excuses or distractions that can really hold you back from achieving that aim. You put yourself in a really, really, really good space. And the mentality becomes, it's not over until I win. From a space of creativity, from a space of creation. It's not over until you win. Now, what happens when you wire your mindset to that? It's not over until you win. It's not over until you create something better, something bigger, something that you're leveling up, something that you're proud of, right? As an entrepreneur, that's what we aim. That's a superpower that we have as entrepreneurs, not giving up. That's the one thing that we can actually take to the bank, right? Now, this is where the power of consistency, the power of constant motion kicks in, right? And I'm not saying like you don't have to slow down, take a break, and then do this, but it's a very different thing, right? To take a break or pace down your tempo if you're going too fast and you're getting stressed out, and dial it back a little bit. To do that intentionally than to just throw in the towel and quit, right? It's not over until you win. What does that mean? It means that you have the ability to pivot. It means that you have the ability to adapt, right? To your environment, to your situations, to your business, through your challenges, as you're coming along with them. And it also means that you're never gonna stop. It means that every single day you're making forward motion, forward movement that's gonna take you to that next level eventually, right? So again, it's not about coming at this from an egotistical standpoint or aggressive standpoint or anything like that. It's about really adaptation, right? It's about becoming that person that we need to become to not stop, to keep that consistency going forward, right? And more importantly, to not be confused by minor setbacks versus failure. Right? Minor setbacks or setbacks, period, right? It's just one thing. A lot of times things can get heavy. Things, can get daunting. Responsibilities kick in and entrepreneurs say, you know what? The hell with the dream. I'm just going to go back to that safe zone, that 9 to 5, and all that creativity, all those dreams and wishes and really desires that you had kind of bottled up that were bubbling up. They go back in the bottle and people just stash them away and put them in a drawer and never see them again. Like, it happens all the time. It really breaks my heart to see dreams just, go to die like that. But it happens on a daily basis. How many people do you know that have quit on their own dreams? And that's exactly what we're doing, right? As entrepreneurs, when we quit, when we give up, when we throw in the towel, we're quitting on ourselves. We're quitting on our own dreams, right? Now, if you wire yourself to the mindset of it's not over until I win, right? What does the win look like to you? Does that look like, success in the business? Does that look like constant growth? Does that look like, the next challenge? Does that look like contribution? What does that look like? That's going to be individual to you, but the concept still is the same, right? Challenges, issues, and setbacks, they're not going to hold you back. You're going to continue that forward movement, and it's not over until you win, because we do have the capacity to win, right? We do have the capacity to not stop. We have the capacity to not give up, to not stay stagnant. And actually, once you tap into that whole space and you become aware of the power that you have as an individual, the power that you have as an entrepreneur, it becomes a responsibility, right? So think about that for a second, right? It's not over until you win. When you win, the people around you win. The contribution gets bigger. Your impact gets bigger. The world around you gets bigger because you're winning, right? And that's what we do as entrepreneurs. So meditate on this for a second, right? As long as we're breathing, we have the possibility of continued success. We have the possibility to create and keep pushing forward towards a vision that we want to create, right? The life that we want to have, and the ripple effect that we just want to, have in this world and create that impact, right? That's always there as long as we're breathing. We just don't give up, right? So it's not over until you win. It's not over until I win. We keep moving forward. Even if it's at a slower pace, we keep moving forward. We keep pushing forward. We keep that constant forward motion going on. That's the power of consistency, right? Understand there's always a time factor. So you're not gonna get to success. It's not a linear path. It doesn't go on a straight line. It's gonna go like this, and then it's a roller coaster. Entrepreneurship is a fucking roller coaster. Whoever told you otherwise, they're lying to you. Right? It's a roller coaster. You're gonna have peaks, you're gonna have valleys, until you get to a point where you reach somewhat of a sustainable level, and then you're gonna have mindset challenges. So just understand that, right? It is a bumpy road, it's a bumpy ride, but it's one of the biggest gifts that we can leave the world as individuals, right? So it's not over until you win. It's not over until I win. Stay focused. You got this.